You and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours,
Nothing.
Rachel.
We're going to go on a shopping spree. We're going to buy new shoes. I love shoes. And Rachel, how about a new wardrobe for you? Because honestly, honey, you could use a makeover. Have you noticed it's kind of... By now, you know that E. Jean Carroll won $83.3 million in a defamation lawsuit. Now, this is an unbelievable miscarriage of justice. If you ask any legal scholar, anybody who's actually approaching this in a fair way as a lawyer, they'll say, yeah, this ain't right. And this is probably going to get overturned in appeal. But you see, that doesn't matter. See, nobody advocating for this lawsuit really cares about whether it's just, whether it's appropriate, whether it's right, and whether E. Jean Carroll is actually ever going to get that money. No, all they wanted was headlines. Trump guilty. That's it. That's what this whole thing was about. Well, E. Jean Carroll appeared with Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow, she's the serious journalist on MSNBC. And Rachel asked a simple question. What are you going to do with all that money? I hope you're going to use it to advance women's causes.
You've talked about using some of Trump's money you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel. Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours,
Nothing.
Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh, all right. Okay.
That's a joke.
Although if me fishing in France could do something for women's rights, I would take the hit. You know, I would obviously take one for the team. All right, let me as if you need persuasion in that regard. Let me finish with a final question.
What are these people laughing about? By the way, I thought that this was about a very serious, traumatic, life-altering, life-destroying sexual assault. What's so funny? And remember, Rachel Maddow is the really, really serious journalist and commentator over there at MSNBC. She's the one who's conducting this circus, ringleading it, actually. $83.3 million. And you got to love the fact that she's begging her, what are you going to do for women's causes? Which, by the way, let me just translate it for you because I'm plugged into all the euphemisms. Are you going to use that money to make sure women can kill more babies in the future? Please, especially in poor and maybe minority neighborhoods. Please give it to Planned Parenthood so we can kill more babies. That's really what they mean. So she says, what are you going to do with this money? No, but don't you love the fact they keep calling it Trump's money? They resent the fact that Trump is wealthy. They hate the fact that Trump is wealthy. You see, the political left in America, the cultural left in America, they don't actually value people based on their principles, their morals, their dignity, their faith, their religion, anything like that, anything that you actually judge a person based on or evaluate a person's character on. No, as far as they're concerned, in their secular world, in their non-faith-based world, all they care about is success and money. If you've got money, that means you're of value. And they hate the fact that Trump actually has money. It goes against everything that they've ever constructed with regard to what in society deserves praise and attention. So that's why they're obsessed with this. They're celebrating and so excited. And listen to the language. What are you going to do with Trump's money? See, you're getting it from Trump. You're taking money away from him. That diminishes him in value. It diminishes him in stature. We're hurting him by taking his money. $83.3 million. She serves it up on a silver platter for E. Jean Carroll. What are you going to do to help women's causes? And what's her response? We're going to go on a shopping spree. We're going to buy new shoes. I love shoes. And Rachel, how about a new wardrobe for you? Because honestly, honey, you could use a makeover. Have you noticed? It's kind of, well, we're going to fix that. And then, of course, a fishing trip in Paris. Because I don't know about you, but when I think about going on a multi-million-dollar fishing trip, I immediately think France. Not the smartest people in the universe, but do you want more proof, more evidence that they are obsessed, absolutely obsessed with Trump and his money? This is how The View began yesterday.
Welcome to The View. We just walked out to the OJ's For the Love of Money, which is the theme song of The Apprentice. And that's connected to the fact that you know who has to pay money, 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 money. Something like $83 million.
83.3.
By the way, who is that wearing the Anna Navarro from 15 years ago mask on the set? That's very weird. But good for you, Anna. I'm glad you're keeping things spruced up there. They didn't walk out and say, well, today is finally the day when E. Jean Carroll finds justice for this traumatic thing that happened to her and the slandering of her name and the defamation that she had to suffer. Nope. The celebration is the fact that Donald Trump is going to have to pay $83 million. They're obsessed. They're absolutely obsessed. And again, I assure you, this thing will get knocked out on appeal. In fact, we learned more information yesterday about the judge presiding in this case with direct connections to Ms. Carroll's lawyers. In fact, the judge presided over the wedding of one of her lawyers. And well, it was a jury decision. The judge didn't really factor in. No. The judge actually disqualified tons of evidence that would have called into question whether Ms. Carroll actually was defamed in this suit or not. Didn't allow the evidence. And of course, she has direct personal connections with the lawyers involved. The thing's going to get thrown out. But as I said before, it doesn't matter because none of this actually has to do with justice. It doesn't even have to do with E. Jean Carroll. It has to do with getting headlines. Trump is guilty. Trump is guilty. And allowing Whoopi Goldberg there to dance on set. By the way, the whole procession there was led out by Alyssa Farah. She's the conservative on the panel at The View. She actually worked in the Trump administration right up until the final weeks until she left. Not literally into January of the Trump administration. And now she is the leading Trump critic on The View. I just want to remind you, Alyssa, I've known you for a long time, actually. I knew Alyssa Farah like 3 Alyssa Farahs ago. And I just want to remind you, as you collect your money from ABC News, appearing on The View, just remember, every time you look in the mirror, remind yourself that no one would care who you are, and no one would be giving you 1 red cent to hear your opinion if it weren't for Donald Trump. If you didn't work, that's the irony of your life, Alyssa Farah. If you never worked for Donald Trump, no one would care about you on The View. In fact, those ladies on The View would hate you. They would hate you because up until this moment, your entire life was built on protecting and promoting conservative values and conservative ideas. But now they only want you and they only pay you and they only act like they like you because you used to work for Donald Trump. For someone who hates Donald Trump, that's got to sting. Meanwhile, following up from Rachel Maddow's stunning journalistic endeavor on MSNBC, let's see what's going on in another time slot over there on MSNBC. This is the time slot populated by Joy Reid, and she was doing a segment about Joe Biden and his new position on wanting to secure the border. You know, that border that they keep telling us is already secure, that Mayorkas said under oath was secure, and now they want to pass a bill that is called the Border Security Act, which really calls into question why they need a new law to secure the border if for the last 3 years they've been telling us the border is already secure. But never mind that. What Joy Reid said when she didn't think she was on microphone is what really caught our attention.
Over the weekend, President Biden said he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another war.
Wow, did you hear that? I'm not sure I heard that. Can we listen to that one more time? Just one quickie, because it's a short clip.
Over the weekend, President Biden said he's ready to take action if Congress is serious about solving the border issue.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly. And Congress needs to get it done.
Starting another war.
Yep, she said that. She absolutely said that. She was talking to somebody else, someone in studio, maybe a panelist there at the desk with her. Maybe it was a producer talking to her through her earpiece. But she definitely said what we think she said about the president of the United States starting another war, certain kind of war. Later on in the program, Joy Reid, after hearing, hey, you were on the air when you said that, she kind of apologized
Before we go, I just want to apologize very quickly. I was chatting during a clip that was playing, and we try to keep this show very PG-13. So I just want to apologize to anyone who was listening to my behind-the-scenes chatter. Deeply, deeply apologize for that, because it's PG-13 up around here. So thank you to you all for watching the Readout. And Inside with Jen Psaki starts now.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple things. First of all, I don't think the F word is actually PG-13. I could be wrong. But I don't know if I want my 13-year-old watching a show that's going to drop the F-bomb. I mean, try that on broadcast television instead of in the safe confines of cable, number one. So she's kind of wrong about that. But secondly, is the problem here that an F-bomb got out while she was chatting? I mean, what she said is actually more revealing. She was complaining about Biden starting another effing war. Now, doesn't that call into question Joy Reid's undying support for this president, this administration, and the political party that they belong to? I mean, you never get Joy Reid to criticize Joe Biden about anything. Not a damn thing. I mean, maybe back when he was running and Kamala Harris called Joe Biden a racist for opposing busing back in the 70s, then maybe Joy Reid would have said, yeah, that's right, he's racist. But now that he's president, oh my God, he's the greatest. I put him on Mount Rushmore. But when the camera's off, and when she thinks she's not heard, she's chatting with her producer about Biden starting another effing war. It's all a charade over there. It's all kabuki theater. It's not even as good as kabuki theater. It's dinner theater over there. I mean, just look at the hair, makeup, and wardrobe they got going on. How does she match the blouse with the hair color? That's impressive. Although at least the blouse is probably made out of natural materials. It just lets you know exactly what really these people are thinking over at MSNBC. This isn't about truth, and it's not about journalism. It's a show. It's a show to manipulate you and get you to change your mind. And I would love, honestly, I mean, I think Joy Reid is an odious individual, but I would love to have a real conversation with her about her opinion about Joe Biden taking us to another effing war. Because that would be newsworthy. That would actually be good television.